look a little ghoulish, you just move on, you get over it. This is Bandcar, the internet's #1 live improvised music show. Well, minus the music though. The day the music died, it was last week. Someone stole the music. A tweaker. No judgment. Just saying. Somebody stole my phone, my iPad, and I'm still kind of mad about that. But it's fine. Because God obviously let this happen because He wants me to talk to you about Him. He who shall, well, be named. And I'm calling God. I'm sick all up on my tongue. Do you guys realize how upside down world this place is? It's truly a nightmare world we live in. And because people are just going along with the program, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I highly suggest we all stop going along with the program. And I get it. Most of us ain't got the will to fight it most days of the week. That's how they beat you down. That's what it's in the Marxist handbook. It's in that old manifesto. Mephistopheles. They beat you down. They send out that fatigue ray from the 5G machines, the fake trees sitting around. You know, like my friend Jim Priest told me just a little while ago. If I didn't know you, I would just think you were crazy, spouting all this crazy stuff about demons and shit like that. And he said, but I know that you're right. It's the only thing that makes sense in this senseless, psychotic world. Half of the world is fucking possessed. They believe the fear porn. They're actually addicted to it chemically in their brain. Every time you have a similar, a familiar, like, feargasm, hi, from watching the news or whatever, and there's a Delta strain, and there's a Lambda strain. I tell you guys what, he's got, alleged COVID. Now, this guy's kind of sickly in general. Both he and my mom are not the most healthy people in the world. I don't see a lot of fruits and vegetables in their diet over there. But my mom's negative, and they cohabitate. And then my stepdaddy's fine too. Everyone's fine. I mean, he tested positive. He's Rh positive. Maybe that's connected. My mom's Rh negative. How can you tell who's possessed? They're vaccinated. Biggest clue. I mean, is that true? Let me re-examine. How can you tell when someone's possessed? Well, there's different stages, right? You have oppression and possession and affliction. And I said that out of order. It starts out with affliction. FDA to approve the vax on Monday, eh? Oh, a 5G tree. It's so beautiful in the summer. Looks just like a pine tree, but with murderous panels on it. Whatever. Sure, we've all had it by now. Most didn't even know it. Not me. I mean, I might have had it before it came out with an official name in like December of 2018. But I've not had no Delta strain. I had almost a sore throat the other day. But I've trained my thoughts, which are the most powerful part of your immune system, by the way. I've trained my thoughts to make me healthy. Because that's really where our immune system starts. If you think about it, your body is a map of your consciousness. So our body shows and keeps a score of the parts of our mind that aren't working no more. Does that make any sense? So when I'm wanting to reach for something in life, but I'm mentally blocking myself from allowing myself to do it, I'll have a shoulder injury. And I want to take steps towards some new thing in life, but I won't let myself. I'll injure my right leg, my right foot, maybe. Why is that? Because the right side is our masculine side. It's our outbound energy side. And if we're blocking it, then whatever we're doing in here physicalizes into here so that we can see what we're fucking up and then we can fix it. Maybe some people don't believe in that, but I don't care. Some people are idiots. Some people voted for Joe Biden. So some people voted at all. Most people didn't. What a joke. What a fucking jiggity joke. Because this shit ain't real. Don't buy the hype. This is a world stage, and it is staged as fuck. When they round me up and toss me in this concentration camp off to my right here, it's too late. By the time I get the idea, flip the camera so they can see it. It doesn't look like shit anyway. It's alleged to be a reservoir, but everything having to do with World War III here has water connections, plumbing connections even. And, years back, 6 years ago, they were building and opening these Walmarts, and these fairly new Walmarts were being closed down, stock emptied out, and that crispy wire that's will slice you if you climb over the fence, put on the fences, pointing in, like it's meant to keep somebody in. These empty Walmarts have been sitting all around America. And yes, FEMA camps, indeed. And they said, we had to close down because of plumbing problems. Yet none of them registered with the city for like plumbing repair or nothing like that. And so, is that true? I don't know. All I do know is that the Walmarts connect the roadway, the underground roadway that spans across America and would allow you to travel all the way to New York on these underground roads. Where do you think they keep all these little kids that go missing every year? Hundreds of thousands of people go missing before they get taken to some black magic blood sacrifice down at fucking T.R. Satan's house in Kansas or Utah. Gotta ship them around. Maybe they get sex trafficked for a cool decade until they're all flushed out, Should I take the back road? It would be nice, but I think it's slower than just doing the freeway. Underground Walmart roads, LOL. They're not Walmart roads. I'm saying each Walmart has a lift in it that'll let you go down to the underground level. They even built one in Burbank. They're meant to be. That's a new one? It's not new because I heard about it 6 years ago. So go look into that. It's not even up for debate if there's a roadway that goes across all of America. It's not even like a theory. There's videos of like a truck driver who's about to go into the underground, not through a Walmart. I'll have you just like through any old port of entry. It's just like, looks like a tunnel, but the doors closed and he's sitting there waiting for someone to open it. And this, civilian citizen comes up to him and he's like, hey, can I ask you some questions? He's like, sure. He's like a truck driver, carrying a load. I am a driver for the county or something, and I drive the main road. In any case, the Wichita lineman tells him that he's like, oh yeah, There's roads. You could travel across all of America under here. And he's bringing shipment of food underground. There is civilization under there. You know, there's rumors, conspiracies that there's an ancient civilization down there. But I'm more just thinking about, you know, the civilization of all the people that go missing who are never recovered. What the fuck do you think happens to those people? There's hundreds of thousands of motherfuckers who go missing. And where are they? They never come back. They're not runaways. They go bloop, missing. They evaporate into the ether. But they don't, because they get snatched. They get snatched by these fucking 666 Satanists. No offense, Satanists, but I think that's a bad thing to do. They get snatched by these SWs, Satan worshippers, and they get put in the van, taken to the blood sack, stab them in the black mass, you know, and then they die. And then they're ground up and put into the ground beef and sausages that you buy at Ralph's. I don't make this up. In any case, that's that. Next topic du jour. No, it's not delivery. Yeah, I wouldn't eat that ground beef unless it's from somewhere really nice. But luckily for me and every other RH negative person, if we are eating ground beef or sausage or whatever with ground up human being inside of it, we're not human beings, so we're cool. Cool to eat human all day long. It's probably for them to hide out when they start World War III. That too. It says in the Bible that, you know, the elite will go and hide themselves amongst the rocks on the great and gnarly day of the return of Jesus. So these fucking punk ass bitches will be hiding in the mountains, saying to the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the Lamb, because this motherfucker has a flamethrower and he's pissed. And Jesus is going to be like, prepare to die, evil elite. See, my end of days looks like Jesus, Sylvester Stallone, any given movie that he's in. And he's got a flamethrower. And each man will have to answer for his sins. And I hope I'll be alright. I try to stay repented of, because when you repent, clear slate. Let it be. The New World Order is coming into order for us, to order us around, as long as people are out there continuously taking these vaccines. And then the booster is like, how long are you going to put up with this, man? And a booster, and then a booster, and then we get a new strain, and then we do a booster, and then we have a new strain. Like, hello? Where do you think the new strains are coming from? I think you're retarded. You know? Great reset. Switch to a cashless society. This information of exactly what's happening right now has happened and will happen, has been out there since at least the late 90s. For any old civilian to check out if they want to. Exactly. 15 boosters to flatten the curve. We're never going back to normal. I hope everyone knows that. Some people are living in denial of that, and I think that's the problem. I've accepted it. I knew about all this stuff before. It took me a minute to realize, oh shit, this is what's happening. And me without my life straw, I sold it at the yard sale. Because I thought it was just like made up. I thought this wasn't really going to happen. But alas, here it is. And there's so many layers to the onion, and there's more than one, like evil plan. And yes, reprogramming our DNA is one, using these horrendous vaccines, using 5G, using even COVID tests, using chemtrails that are dropping these nanoparticle fibers that some people call Morgellons. Well, I guess the reaction to the fibers getting in their skin and multiplying, that reaction is called Morgellons disease, which is classified as a mental illness, and it's not. If you've known anyone who's had staph infection in the past couple of years, that's from Morgellons disease, you know? And eventually, the goal is to make us humanus evolutus. And whoever you've been vaccinated by, now you are patented. They own you. You're a GMO human. You're no longer organic. You're no longer your own. You're highly manipulatable with waves. No one can see waves. Oh, yeah, they keep just lying. Why does anyone believe the mainstream media? Why does anyone believe the unholy trinity of forces that have joined together, which are all the same one force at the end of the day anyway? But like, why does anybody believe any of these institutions that have never told us the truth, that have only been out for gain of profit? I mean, not that this is all about money. It's definitely not. This is so much more a spiritual war. It is a sick joke, and everyone's falling for it. Not everyone. We've got our, 12% of people that see the truth? We've got our cancel culture babies with their fucking temper tantrums, canceling Ariel Pink for going to the fucking peaceful march for Trump. You know, I'm not a Trumper, but he should be allowed to be one without his record label dropping him. We got the ladies that are accusing some guy of raping them in retrospect because he never called them back after their date and they fucked them on the first date. It's like, people are so delusional. And just like God says in the Bible, because these motherfuckers have no love for truth, I'm going to cast a great delusion on them. And now here we are. We've got just everything's ass backwards. You know? Like, police exists. The federal government exists. Like, what? Who said to do this? Don't do this. We should be living peacefully off the land. Nobody can own land because it belongs to God. We ask the land, yo, land, can I live here? Boom. If we weren't all bundled on top of each other in these fucking horrendous cities, we could be spread out. And then, guess what, eugenicists? The world ain't overpopulated. Know why it is? Because of cities scrunched together. No land, no farms, just boxes on top of boxes. Houses with people stacked on top of each other like it's communist China. New York, LA, Chicago. But you're going to see when the lights go down in the city and then the sun shines on the bay. Oh, I want to be there, yeah, in my city. I don't want to be there in my city because my city's got the Gestapo in it, rounding these motherfuckers up for camp. Utopia is not a good idea. Utopia is everyone being under complete control, Black Mirror, social credit system, garbage. It will not be good. Marxism, socialism, communism, all these things are not good historically. Look at the past for any example. Eugenicists, Nazis, and this is what's on the plate for today. You know, and whatever to this Afghanistan horse shit, I don't believe in any of that stuff. Like, I have maybe derealization or something, but like, that's not real. I don't know anybody who lives there, so to me, that's not real. I'm sorry if you're watching from Afghanistan. If you are, please tell me. I don't know a real life person so it's not real to me. I don't know, and I'm not going to make it real to me just so I can suffer. Because this whole world, this whole spiritual war is about inflicting suffering on you. keeping you suffering, keeping you tired, keeping you exhausted, keeping you distracted, so you're never out here living your purpose. I can't believe I'm down to only 10% like that. Keeping your ass distracted, busy, tired, working for money, to pay for your box, to pay for your car, to drive you to the job, to drive you back to the box, so you can live the rest of your days until you're so old that you can't even do much anymore physically, but then you get to retire, and then you get to die. You get to go on vacation. You could have spent those looking good years going everywhere, being young and fucking full of life, creativity. But you didn't, because you thought you needed to go to work to have the money, to drive the car, to pay for the rent, live in a box, under a box, but below a box. It's just like, come on. This is not living. This is a nightmare, you know? And it's like, and people are out there, they're canceling everybody, and they're saying, cultural misappropriation or whatever, calling racist everywhere. Meanwhile, they're the racist ones, you know? I think the people who call people racist would lock their door when they saw a black person cross the street. You know, that's what I think. That is exactly what I think. I think those people don't see. I mean, the libtards are narcs. Period. End of story. I'm willing to go so far as to say everyone, almost everyone, except for Dean, who's gotten the vaccine. Maybe there's a couple people I can't think of or something, but everyone who's taken the jab is a narc. Sorry, it's just the truth. And even if you are a narc, it's fine. You're in good company with at least half of the world, you know? But the narcs are easily deceived because they're liars to themselves and so others. You know, they don't stand proudly in their truth, defending it and living with, you know, some form of, how you say, ideals and values. It was better when we lived in villages. We didn't have a lot of this shit. We didn't have to pay rent. We didn't have fucking, like, monogamy. Everybody just fucked each other in the village and everybody raised the kid. You know, the tribe was just, like, very tribed up. You know, they were tribbing in the tribe. Like, another kid fell out of Mary yesterday. Like, let's all do it. Takes a village, doesn't it? But now it still takes a village, but we just don't have the village. And now Mary's kid is out there getting kid prostituted by some Illuminati ass motherfucker that snatched her off the Burger King sidewalk. Not good. And there's homeless people everywhere, and they're really got some big homeless houses, but whatever. And soon they'll be telling us that there's a climate crisis and it's our fault. It's not our fault. It's their fault. These same fuck asses. Sorry, spiritual gift of tongues. It's not our fault. They're just playing on our white guilt, our human guilt, or whatever. You know, first it was white people are terrible. Now it's just gonna be being, and we're trying to eliminate the carbon footprint. Wait a minute, I'm a carbon-based being, and they're trying to eliminate me. Why don't we eliminate? There's a lot, 50% of the world to awaken from their willful slumber that they got in from not wanting to see what's true. I don't want to know the truth. It doesn't really matter. It does matter. There's one objective truth. Truth ain't subjective. There's not my truth and your truth. Sure, but those aren't the truth if they're, you know, different from person to person. There is one truth. And I don't profess to know it, but I'm just saying there's only one. And, well, I do know it because Jesus is the truth and the life. You know what I'm saying? It's Jesus. And so, save for you know Jesus, how can you really discern the truth? Save for you have the spirit of discernment. That was my spirit of discernment there. Nothing. Fucking phone fall on the ground. I'm still going. Gosh, dang it. There's a lot of people here. All right. Thanks for watching, Band Car. We'll catch your asses next time.